Hey everyone. Today, I want to share something deeply personal with you guys. A reflection on the art of showing up. I'm not just talking about being there in body, but truly being present with our hearts, even when everything inside us feels like it's falling apart. There have been moments when the weight of my struggles felt almost too heavy to bear. Mornings would come with a silent, relentless ache, a whisper that urged me to hide, to retreat from the world. And, in those moments, the idea of showing up felt like a monumental act, one that required every ounce of courage I could muster. I remember a day when I sat alone, overwhelmed by pain and isolation. I felt as if I was drowning in my own sorrows, and every part of me wanted to vanish. But amid that darkness, I sensed a small spark, a tender, fragile hope that whispered, "Din, just be here, just show up." And so, I think in that moment I took that trembling step forward. It wasn't grand, it wasn't really a heroic act of any kind. It was a quiet, desperate decision to be present, even when I felt broken. Each time we choose to show up, whether it's reaching out to a friend in their moment of despair or fighting our own inner battles in silence, we affirm that our existence matters. Even on days when tears stain our cheeks and, our hearts feel unbearably heavy, showing up becomes an act of quiet defiance against despair. It's as if we're telling ourselves, "I am here. Even if I'm hurting, I am here. Even if I'm not whole." In those raw, unguarded moments, I discovered something beautiful yet heartbreaking. Vulnerability is not a weakness. It's the very essence of our strength. It's in the cracks of our brokenness that the light finds its way in. Allowing ourselves to be seen in our most fragile state creates space for healing, for understanding, and for compassion. I've learned that by showing up even when I feel like falling apart, I invite others to do the same. Let me share a memory with you. There was a time when the nights were long and the silence of my room felt like a void I couldn't escape. I sat on the edge of my bed, feeling utterly alone. But then a friend reached out, a simple message asking, "Hey, are you okay? I just wanted to check up on you." That small act of caring, that tiny reminder that I wasn't alone, moved me quite deeply. It reminded me that showing up isn't about grand gestures. It's about the small moments of connection that build a lifeline in our darkest hours. Each time we choose to be present for ourselves and for others, we build bridges of understanding and resilience. Even when we feel shattered, every act of showing up is a stitch in the quilt of our recovery. It's a promise to ourselves that we deserve to be here, that every tear and every moment of doubt is a part of our journey toward healing. On days when life feels unbearably heavy, when the storm inside us seems too fierce to calm, just remember that showing up is an act of quiet bravery. It's not about being invincible. It's about acknowledging the pain and deciding to stand in spite of it. It's in those moments of raw honesty with ourselves that we find the courage to heal. I've learned that every step forward, even if it's a single, shaky step, is a testament to our resilience and the unyielding hope that lives within us. There's a profound beauty in our struggle, a beauty that comes from knowing that every scar, every tear is a mark of survival. Our vulnerability connects us to one another. It's in our shared experiences of pain and triumph that we find our common humanity. When we allow ourselves to be seen, truly seen, we open the door for empathy and for love to seep in, slowly mending the broken parts. I want you to know that if today feels especially hard, if the weight of the world feels like it's pressing you down, every small act of showing up is significant. Every time you choose to face another day, even when your heart feels heavy, you are affirming your worth. You are saying to yourself, I matter. And that's a powerful declaration, even if it doesn't feel that way right now. Sometimes we might not realize it, but the moments when we show up, when we choose to be present despite our pain, are the very moments that set the stage for our healing. They remind us that our lives are filled with fragile beauty, that even in our darkest times, there is a spark of hope that can ignite change. In the tapestry of life, every tear, every stumble, and every act of courage weaves together to create a story of resilience. It's a story that speaks of moments when we've been broken, yet somehow, some way managed to gather the strength to stand again. And in that, there is undeniable beauty. A beauty that is as raw as it is real. So, tonight, as you wind down and reflect on your day, remember that your presence is a gift. Every time you show up, despite the pain, despite the uncertainty, you are building a legacy of hope. It might not always be dramatic, and it might not always be celebrated, but it is real. It is a quiet, enduring testament to the human spirit. Guys, thanks for joining me in this vulnerable moment, for allowing yourself to feel every bit of it. Remember that, even on the darkest days, your willingness to be present is a light in someone else's night. Keep showing up, step by tender step, because every moment of your presence is a step toward healing and connection. So until next time, take gentle care of yourself. Hold on to your strength, honor your journey, and never forget that you matter. Your struggles are seen, your tears are real, and your courage to keep moving forward is nothing short of extraordinary.